Let's start by stopping for a minute. Raise your hand if you are a makeup artist or a videographer. Throw a like and comment just for me to know that you are here. Now that we cleared this out of the way, let's talk about the video where we made a video for Vicky, the makeup artist. The one thing that I really love about my job is that it takes me to so many industries and specialties, and I can look into when we cooperate. Of course, the specific professional puts in his or her expertise with the things how Vicky organized all her tools, and I look at from a creative perspective as a videographer. So while I'm talking now, here is a clip where I'm actually adjusting some of her tools, and one idea I had that I went from dark to light colors and organized everything to the same height so they look good. Let's start off with one of the most difficult shots during the whole shoot, even though it only took like 1 or 2 seconds out of the whole movie. This is lifting the cloth, if you will. There were so many things that had to be in order for that one moment. For me to move right, to nail the focus, for the talent to lift the scarf, and the way it is in the air looks good and it should fall into the camera, and everything from handheld. I'm sure that I got on Vicky's nerves because we had like 40 takes, but as I always say, it's always better to have more good takes than you only have one and you feel like that it didn't work out the way you planned. So that's why even though when I knew that I had good takes, I just kept shooting and shooting to have several options to choose from. If you liked it, please hit that like button. And by the way, would you have the patience to do the shots so many times even if you were the talent as Vicky or in my position when you were shooting? Please leave a comment. If you remember the movie from the beginning, you know why I had to make the scarf to fall on the camera. It's because the seamless transition, because this way the whole picture was blacked out, and from the next shot, which was from a different angle where we put the scarf around the talent, it went from dark, and that's how it created that really cool seamless transition. If I had to give you a number, I would say that it was around 50%, half and half, how we were prepared and planned the shots. There were so many things going on when Vicky had something on her mind, or I just recognized the cool movement, so I was just going with the flow. And even though I like projects like, for example, with the B-Light one, which by the way, if you haven't seen, you could click here. So with projects where I have everything planned out and I know what we are gonna do. But here is a pro tip, or a trick if you will. When you don't have that, you could just go with the flow but have certain movements like panning, tilting, orbiting, tracking, and preferably have a foreground. So if you combine these movements with the foregrounds, then you can cut different clips together because they have the same movement. You have a foreground that can blur out something and you can do a seamless transition. And when you do your string out, the string out basically is when you have all your clips and you are just organizing them, then you can find the same clips, and your editing process and creative ideas will just come during that. But for that, the pro tip is that you really have to have the same movements and the same idea, so you won't have a hard time when you are editing. I have to give a huge shout out to Sony because the A7S III's autofocus is so awesome. This is one of my favorite functions because it helps the process. I always say that you should only buy a certain gear when you feel like that you are currently limited and using that or having the ability to for a certain feature, then you have to get it. And this is exactly why I love the A7S III, because it just helps me with this next clip that you are about to see. I was focus pulling, so basically I had one of her makeup palettes and I was focusing on the colors, and then since it had a mirror, then I pulled the focus onto her face, and I just did that by pressing the screen, the touch screen, and okay, it's not like a Hollywood kind of crew focus pulling, but almost there. It is so seamless, it is so natural, and that's why I love that gear. At this shoot I already had a rig, even though I was such on the offense of having a cage or a rig, but today I see how handy it can come. It is not only making your handling with the side handles and the top handle way more easier, and you can attach an external monitor, but actually it gives you an extra weight. And it is so funny to say in a world when you want everything to be lighter and smaller, but when it comes to a camera and the A7S III, the body is so light, then actually rigging it up and getting the extra weight gives you way more stability with certain motions. Even when you are just lifting it as you were lifting a bag, the weight somehow balances the whole movement and you won't have those micro jitters. For these shots you would not be able to do the same with a slider or gimbal. You need to have the freedom of a handheld, and this is where a rig comes really handy. Do you use a rig, or would you use a rig or cage? Please leave a comment and let's start a conversation about that. And by the way, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell as well, because I have some rig and cage videos coming up. Oh, but if they are already out, then click here and you can check that out. And now, before we say goodbye, it wouldn't be my video if I haven't taken a few seconds to talk about sound effects. This is the cherry on the top. I think it takes the video to the next level. So let me show you the clip raw just with the sound effects. Here it is. I really hope that you got some inspiration or some tips and tricks out of this video. If that's the case, please hit that like button, and if this is the first time that we've met, hit that subscribe button as well and the notification bell. And if you didn't like it, just hit the like button twice, but not the dislike. If you press the dislike, definitely press it twice. Anyways, I have tons of gear related review and BTS vlog style videos coming out in the future, so if this is something that you are into, you know what to do, subscribe, and also you could check out one of the videos here in the end screen, because it's good for you, it's good for me, and YouTube algorithm just loves it. I'm just saying. Thanks for being here, I really hope to catch you in the next one. Bye!